heard about this man. He was walking on the beach, and God said to him, "Son, you've been so faithful. I'm going to grant you one special wish." He was so excited. He said, "God, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, but I'm too scared to fly. So my wish is that you would build me a bridge over the ocean to get there." God said, "Son, that's totally impossible. Think of the logistics of that. Now take some time and think again." So the man said, "God, I've been married 4 times, and all of my ex-wives say that I'm insensitive. So my wish is that I could understand a woman. I want to know why they think like they think and why they feel like they feel." There was a long pause, and then God said, "Would you like 2 lanes or 4 lanes on that bridge?" You're welcome. Okay, so you're not going to believe it, but we have decided that we are going to tear this room apart. So when we did the roof in here, we used real pine, and it looks lovely. I mean, not the roof, like the ceiling. And it looks great, but it was like really, really expensive. And it was hard to come by some of the wood when we got near the end of it because they were running low on it. So I decided to look into a mill. So I called a mill and asked about getting hemlock or whatever the wood they had. And they said hemlock is good for inside. It looks good, and that it was a really cheap price. So we ordered the hemlock, which you see behind us. I was told that it was dry wood, but it's not. So when we got it here, we obviously could tell that like a lot of pieces were pretty wet because they felt like heavy. And we were told that it would be dry wood, and it wasn't. So when we got it here, we kept it in the house for like 2 weeks before we put it up.
A little longer than that.
Okay,
probably
before
closer
we put
to
it
a
up.
month.
But it wasn't, like, obviously, because some of the stacked in the middle and stuff, they didn't dry out properly.
No, well, what we did was we set it in the house to climatize. So you should do that anyway. Right? So we set it in here, but then we noticed it was still damp. Like the wood was, it was cut, just cut.
Yeah.
We'd have to sit in here forever. Like it wasn't dried at all.
Mm-hmm.
So since it was shiplap, we were like, all right, we'll let it sit there for a while, sit for a month. Or however long it was a little while. And then we're like, worst case scenario is shiplap. You're going to have, if it opens up a bit, that'll still hide it because it's like a 1/2 inch piece you still got to work with on each end.
Yeah.
Or every one, right? On each slot or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we thought anyway, that it would all be good.
And it did work on a lot of the spots that dried. It did, but not everywhere.
But not, and like, so we started noticing within probably a few weeks, maybe even a month. So as it started to dry, it started to shrink up.
It shrinks?
Like a frightened turtle.
And then gaps formed in between the boards.
So we just didn't expect it to shrink as much as it did. And, here we are.
Like,
it's driving me crazy. Every time somebody comes in the house, the first thing I have to tell them is, "Oh, the gaps there? Like, yeah, that's frig. I can't stand it." Right?
Yeah.
It's just instantly I'm like thinking, I understand these gaps suck and I can't stand them. So anyways, I mean, we're going to make some changes.
all that to say, we are ripping all of the hemlock off the walls. All of it gone.
Yeah.
So we are going to reuse it. We're going to put it in the garage. And we're going to reuse it in the garage because it's now that it is dried, we'll be able to place it better in the garage, and it's a garage, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like in there. So
doesn't matter what it looks like in a garage. What? The garage is more important than this room. So here, you see these? We could have lived with that. We're like, worst case, this is going to happen, but we don't want to live with that. And that's the problem that we have. Not everywhere. Like, the gaps we can deal with, but I don't want to see Mapleberry, and that's brutal. And there's too much of it to try to cover at this point. So, here we are. But like here, look at this. When you look here, not too bad, but look when you get close here. See it? You can see the Mapleberry reading behind there. So, let's start ripping her up.
I got this wall here behind me all ripped up. We're gonna leave the bottom of it with probably either just this plywood, or we're gonna board the bottom with something else, because this is where we load our wood. And I got the whole top taken off, and then at the top up here as well. Been working hard over the last few days ripping down boards. They come down really nicely, which is awesome. They just are like pretty cracked anyway, and they have such gaps in them, so they kind of just pull apart really easily. So that's good. So I got down here done as well, and I just need to move the squat rack in order to do the top part here of the window. I just haven't done that because I've been kind of waiting. We've been working on outside as well, doing stuff, so been waiting till like the last second to move all the gym stuff out to the garage. So I'm up to this point. I'm going to rip this cable. That's the cable for the TV. Rip it out, and then we'll probably run it in behind the wall. Drill some holes and wire it in properly. So far, up to there, I'm going to keep at her. Because of all this stuff going on in the world, we decided to do a little online shopping. And I got this in the mail today. Pretty awesome. We don't always do a lot of shopping online, but with, you know, like I said, with all that stuff, it was really cool that I noticed Princess Auto had up to $100 free shipping. Like they covered up to $100 worth of shipping costs. So I decided to order a few things. You've probably seen me cleaning the solar panels outside with a really crappy brush. So I ordered a couple new ones of those. That's probably what's in here. And then check out this, see if you can guess what this is. Isn't that funny? I guess we all know what that one is. Needed another shovel because my shovel had broke in the last, not recently anyway, and we got a metal one, but it's too small. I needed another really big one, so I'm pretty excited about this. And I love that I didn't have to pay for any shipping, so that's really cool. Just thought I'd let you guys know that I ordered some new products, and I just thought it was really neat that they offered $100 worth of free shipping. So just throwing it out there because it's pretty cool. I can put a link below if you want to check out their online store. So check it out. If you need any products and don't want to drive, the free shipping's pretty awesome. I love that. If you don't want to drive or go in the stores, because we don't, and then free shipping's super awesome. So check it out. So here's my items I ordered. Pretty awesome. I love this new shovel. It's going to be good. It's going to be helpful. And then I got these three. We just keep breaking them. I mean, they're probably only meant to last like a year. We used to scrape the snow off. For some people who don't live in snowy countries, you might not know what it is, but it's a brush. You can scrape the snow off with this and then shovel it here. So I just bought one for each vehicle, like the side-by-side, the car and the truck. So it's pretty cool. I'm just excited about this online shopping thing.